Welcome back, everybody. Dren608 plays, playing Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous here. I've done 28 sessions so far, and I realized that I haven't really talked to all of my companions. So this is going to be a talkie. I'll even put it in the title, talkies. I'm just going to go and talk to my companions and see if there's anything with stuff that we've picked up and things that we've done. We're all going to become...
I'm here all week.
We're all about to become 5th level. So I figured before I went to 5th level, I should maybe talk to my companions and find out if there's something I should be doing for them. So I'm just going to go talk to people as I see them. So here's Lan. We'll talk to him first. If you like what you see, hit the thumbs up button. You really like to see, subscribe, hit the notify bell, be notified when I upload videos and or schedule streams. And here, for a chat, I've been waiting for you to come and see what a strange beast you've taken into your party. What do you think of life on the First? Of course, as far as living conditions, Earth is definitely a better place to be. It's easier to get good food and water, not to mention build a house and even grow a few things. In older, well-established villages, you don't have to deal with anything scarier than rats or maybe foxes stealing chickens. How many lives you have? I heard a story about demon worshippers abducting a whole family and sacrificing them one by one while the others watched. But there was some brave crusader knights nearby, and they killed the villains and saved everyone. Then I heard another story. A young blacksmith lost his arm in a fire, couldn't work to feed his wife and baby. They tried their best and lived from hand to mouth, but they were still destitute. In the end, desperate blacksmiths robbed a traveler one night on the road, but there were some brave crusader knights nearby. They caught the robber and threw him in prison. Not long after, his wife smothered their baby and hanged herself. Okay, this is kind of scary here, Lan. Up here, the same person can probably say he's protecting the innocent from demons and then look the other way while the same innocent starves just because they were born into a poor family. Queen Galfrey prolongs her life with sun-record elixirs that cost enough to feed an entire city. Back in our caves, everyone is equally poor, and if one person starves, the whole tribe starves. We don't abandon our own in times of trouble. That's the power of a tribe. The laws of the surface are made so that some get everything and others get nothing. I might just be a naive fool from the caves, but I don't understand how it's possible to have so much more and share so much less. Anyway, look who I'm talking to. You must know life on the surface much better than I do. Do I want to stay on good or lawful? Evil. Stop whining. I clocked my own way. I gotta play an evil character so I can say some of these things one of these days. I never lead it. I've been given more than most, which means I'm now able to help others. Yeah, do my good. I take my words as reproach. I like Cromley as much as cracking jokes. He's trying to muster a friendly smile, but its an expression his face doesn't accommodate very naturally. Know more about you. Well, yeah, I've commented and all that common on the ground. That's correct. I used to live on the surface with my parents for a while, and I had a chance to learn a couple of things, the language, and the fact that every peasant who sees my scaly mug screams demon and runs away. Oh, you're interested, but my mom wasn't from the underground type. She was a smuggler, the kind that used the dungeons of Canavers to secretly move and store goods. One time, two gangs couldn't agree on how to share a prime cut. Got into a fight, and the winners threw the losers down a hole, dead and living alike. My dad went to check if the corpses had anything useful on them, and he found a girl from the surface, clearly clinging to Fife. Incredible feeling sparked between them, or maybe the girl just liked men with scales and a cat nose. That might be it. One way or the other, he got her back on her feet, and he later even left his home caves. She left her smuggling behind, and they began an honest life together. That's a life story of how old Land came into this world. The next chapter, however, my family and I never stayed in one place for long. We lived sometimes in the service, sometimes around. We couldn't find a place to call home. Part of my mom and my dad's appearance raised too many questions in Mendevs. They're war against demons after all. In the end, my parents decided to stop making each other miserable and separated. Father and I returned to our tribe. I think the peasants screaming demon had something to do with it, or maybe Dad just couldn't stand life without rat tail soup. I wouldn't rule out the possibility. Surface again? I know, it wasn't it. Just don't want to face certain types of creatures. Demons, I mean. If they want to destroy Carnivorous, I'll be on the side of the people they're attacking. I should trust each other. I'm counting on you to give me honest answers, not excuses. Guess you're right. I should have been so evasive. It's just that some things are hard to talk about. My family, for example. Well, hey, it turned out to be a great misfortune for my parents, all because I'm relatively healthy. I'm the best thing that can come from a marriage between a cave-dwelling mongrel and anyone from the surface. Healthy child with the right number of hands and feet, no apparent defects, no missing organs or other problems. They saw help in me, so risked having more children. They thought it would somehow be all right. I could have had 4 brothers. The first was born 2 years after me and died 3 years later. He didn't have a nose. Nothing even remotely resembling when he couldn't only breathe through his mouth. Take our eyes off him for fear he'd choke and suffocate on something, but in the end it was his weak heart that killed him. At birth, I pretended I was sleeping, but snuck out of my bedroom and listened under the door. All those hours, it was very strange. I never heard a newborn screaming. Priest praying, and then I dared to open the door a little and looked inside. The priest stood there very pale. One of them was holding something, a small object fit in his palm. He asked, "Do you know what this is?" And the other said, "I think it's a head." You want to know why I followed you to the surface? Well, here's the reason. Turned out that this time Mom was expecting triplets. The first of the babies was born in pieces. The other two didn't live long enough to draw their first breath. Father took me to the caves. He didn't want to leave. You could see it in his face, but I think my mom and he decided together. The curse my people had carried since the First Crusade stood between them. 4 dead babies, and old age was rapidly taking its toll on my father. After we returned to the caves, he only lived another 4 years. Decided to call it the service and join the Crusades. Well, the answer is I've always wanted to. I was afraid to leave my tribe, but it was always haunted me that I'd die in World War IV. 4 Crusades could do nothing to stop the beast from the beast, and the number of victims kept growing. I wanted to change that, or at least try. Too much death and at least a little revenge. The ones who are behind the world wound owe me a great debt. The lives of 4 brothers, all my mother's tears, my father's broken heart. It's a lot. I was killing people. You guys can pause and read this. I'm kind of just rambling through this. Things would get better, blah, blah, blah. Would you like to find your mother? No. I don't want to meet her, not because I feel resentment. It's just because she's a half-elf. She's barely got her first gray hair. I'll be a ramshackle old man. She's buried enough children. There's no need to make her witness the death of another one. I hope you understand. I need you to join up before. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. Thanks for sharing. You don't seem to get it. Remember Saul? He's 10 years older than me. I remember him back when he was a fearless warrior. Day by day, I watched him turn into an old man. Him and my father. Just a shot because you don't see the target as clearly as you used to. You think it's because your eyes are tired. You tell yourself it's a bit better on, and then you notice you're having trouble breathing, not climbing as harder before. Fingers stop bending. You have to tie your sword to your hand. You can't even put on your greaves without help. You have been washing your face in streams. Sometimes you catch sight of a gray-haired, wrinkled old man you don't recognize. It goes on until one day you come across the cave beast and you realize you can't outrun it. Diaries marking all the signs, and I saw it too. Last year I had to help him get out of bed. Help him, Jess. I just forgot his name. Da 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 da. Don't have much time. I need to do something useful before I get from him. So, can you wear a hat? Sure I can. But certain designs don't suit me too well. Let's talk about Wendig. Are you sure? Alright. Where do I start? Da 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 da. Massive rivals. Yeah, Roman, fix passes, minor cave, blah 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 blah. Essentially. Death of a friend is painful, but watching a friend become a shadow of their former self is unbearable. She does everything right because the second she starts to doubt herself, she'll have to face the truth. To admit she's just a cannibal the demons use as a wish. She wants to go stronger, but for what? So what drives her? I don't think I want to pry into his private life. Alright, I think I know enough about you. Alright, that's enough talking to Lan. I have a letter for Anivia. Cavalier. Is Anivia around here somewhere? Nino we talked to already. Camelia? Do I have to go talk to her? Snake shaped dominant dangles from her noticing bench. Cold relics. Barely their smile greetings. It seems for a moment she wants to say something else, but the pause grows too long and she slips back into cautious silence. Did you learn? I had good teachers. Most diligent student. Yes, I find it embarrassing. See, being a shaman means having spirits of battle is everywhere present. In the heat of combat, they become rather vocal. I show you this is nothing but a bauble. Why do you not be drawn to be useless things? I care so much about Gwyn. Name that he raised me in our mansion. Da da da. We straight for father. Yeah, we found this out when we went to his mansion. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay. Guess I'm not gonna be... Okay. Okay, I guess I'm not gonna romance her. I guess she's not a romance option. Storyteller. Darian I talked to... I think I talked to Ember. Yeah, I already talked to her. Do I need to talk to him again? He's not in my party, but... Okay. Guess it just gave me a choice there.
Beautiful.
Where is, There she is, Anevia. I have that letter from Anevia, for Anevia. Yep, now I can run, jump, and dance a jig if I feel like it. Silken thread, funny little tailor shop, doesn't take any orders, never buys any fabric, but always seems to be busy. There is something in there, right? But sewing it ain't. Silken thread. Antler has been revealed. Second one is an alchemy shop, Topaz Solutions. It's just healing potions, judging by the ingredients they've been buying on the black market. There's something fishy about the alchemical rituals in another place. Okay, so places for me to go. Thank you. Alright. So it was a good thing I came and talked to her. I don't want to talk to her because she's going to want me to go fight things. He's everything. Celia, I haven't talked to. Where are you from? Da 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 da. Unfortunately, I have 3 tales of interest. Next week, otherwise I won't have anything to show or I don't want to start breaking. That just won't do. Especially since I win the night. With my cautionary tale battle with Chip Cross. Okay. Small town, go there, da 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 da. Suddenly a paladin appears in the doorway, offers the murderers a deal. If they go with her to fight some monsters, they'll live. If they survive, that is. Mr. Fina, death, probable death, clever hope, when you say. So here we travel into the desert. Me and my friend, a priestess of Sarenrae, along with a little rat folk fellow who asked for our help, and the 2 cutthroats. We get to the rat folk village, and they see their bodies lying around all drained and dry. We find to fight vampires. That's how the little rat folk described the monsters attack the village. Da da da. So come on, black shadows, quick as wind. Attack from all, not vampires, but chupacabras. One of the lads we pulled from the gals got killed right away. The second one ran for his life. That left me, the rat folk, and Kyra. That was the name of the priestess, and we all steeled ourselves for the fight of our lives. Just when we thought the end had come, when the ship was surrounding me like a pack of dogs around a bear, our rat folk friend wounded and down, the teeth of the quickest of those blasted monsters clinked on Kara's shoulders right then. When all hope was lost, the other lad from the gallows suddenly comes running back. Kills the beast attacking Kara. I'm sure you know what a turning point in a fight looks like. Well, that was it. A moment before we were lost, a moment later we had back under control. Explorers dropped dead one by one. To reunite with his family, we were hiding in the basement. The priestess and I closed our eyes. The boy that the gallows saved us. Shame he didn't survive the fight. May the gods keep his soul on the journey through. That's a good story. As his stunt earned him some points at Final Judgment. Smart to remember our journey doesn't end in death. Had it not been for that mercy, Miles, as his name, would be hanging from a noose, and me and Kyra and all the rat folk would be dead in that village. Someone told me that a kind deed done by an unkind person is 100 times more precious. By the same token, an evil done by a noble soul is 100 times more horrifying. That's what I really wanted to say. Chupacabras were just a good starting point. Good one. You should ask it of your companions. It's a long story. I start with 12 years ago. I was nothing like this person I am now. I roam the streets of da-da-da-da-da. Back then, Noel's Dustman is recognized. My parents were among the victims. People heard about their deaths before they finished mourning their previous losses. Brought a glimmer of hope to the city, while others saw them as saviors and protectors. I was busy pricing up their noble horses and their gleaming mithril armor, wondering how much one of their pretty swords would fetch. Thieves one day at a time, that's what they say. I was the type never thought past the next job. Anyhow, I was able to sneak into the knight's camp and steal one of their mithril helms. And I was right there when a Knoll attacked the helm's owner. Essemi was her name, and dealt a blow to her unprotected head. A Knoll, like all those others, she'd fearlessly driven from the gates of Silk. That one blow was fatal, but who was really to blame for her death? The Knoll attacker or the young thief named Celia? I had 1,000 times over. I'd hate to say it, but I just didn't see it back then, and if I had never gotten that lesson, my eyes would probably never have been open. Who knows? Semi, Dairy Noble, okay. Oh, I'll hold that up there. You guys can pause and read. Okay. Maybe the world knows that he's a bandit. Not as a knight, protector of his need. Say I don't remember. People really find redemption on their own. Someone must show them the way. I chose the paladin's path for own reasons. My guided by noble spirits. Then I realized I wouldn't make it. I decided instead I'd try to take her place. Come, who she had been, and protect the innocents so she can no longer be able to protect. Okay. Yes, however, just to warn us against being too eager to see messages from the goddess and every little thing being to us. All well good, which head. Oh, I don't need to know the principles of that. Okay. 100 ballads, or at least a dozen if they're lively ones. It's the best place for a fallen who wishes to defend the weak and serve the good. Being part of the crusade is reward enough for me, but there's something that worries me. I don't think I'm criticizing my brothers in arms, but the Eagle Watch and the other orders are focused on just one aim, the war against the Whirlwind. That's why they can't sometimes smile at things, ordinary misfortunes. Wandering night because of any moment I could get up and go help 4 rat folk whose family had been kidnapped, or an old woman whose favorite dog had gone missing. But here's my answer. I don't have some big important goal, but I'll be happy to help those who need it, and a little bit here and there. Okay. So if you were here to handle it, right? It's the way it'll have to bother you. I don't seem to blase. Many good people in our protector Tendril have died here in Gunner's and Paladin. It's good to be some, but I prefer to face my troubles with a smile. A bit of common sense. Grief is a weapon they use against you. It can undermine a warrior spirit. It's better if we hold on to grief while we're driven the last demon. There's traditions of mourning, and one shouldn't reject them, all the more so if an appropriate merriment could offend their mourners. I'm supposed to be lawful good. I think I'm gonna skip the pick here. Not bothered how you fight. That isn't how you're talking. Well, you can trust my story. Okay, that's good. Okay, we talked with her. Who else do I have to talk to? I talked with her, I've talked with her. I haven't talked with him. I had to go talk to him. I've talked with Lan. I talked with Cavalier. I think I messed up any possibility. I think she's supposed to be one of the ones you can romance, but I think I messed up there in my talking to her. So all I have to do is find this guy. He was in a room. Where was he? He's over here. So let's go talk to him, and then we'll be done with our talking. Pretty much. So.
Psst, look, Chief. I got something to show you. Ta-da! A real beaut, isn't it?
Waning moon and a dark crystal in the middle. Moon of the abyss.
Since that night, Chief, Melround didn't even set eyes on it. While he was dealing with the golem, I sneaked past them, and that was that. Oof, that cuts me deep, Chief. You and I saw who the traitor was. It's just that when we robbed the shop, I went in first and took what I wanted. Nothing wrong with that. Although, of course, I did think about hiding the moon and just taking myself off somewhere warm when all this blows over. But only because I want to see the world. Is it a crime to want to travel? Huh? Is that what counts for treachery these days? Thieves have their ways. Why, he asks? It's expensive, pretty. And you know, it's my amulet, actually. Not meaning I stole it, but I mean, this is my inheritance. My grandma and I were poor. All we had was a jewelry box with the moon in it. She used to store it under the floor in the basement, and she'd take it out sometimes just to look at it. She was always nicer when she had a few drinks in her, so I could ask her things then. One time I asked where she got it from, and she said it was from a demon. You know, the demon who was my grandfather. He said the moon was to be passed down. My ma was good for nothing and nobody, so that's why Grandma decided to keep the amulet for me. She used to say it would be mine when I grew up. But she couldn't wait until I grew up. She squandered my inheritance when she became a drunk. Took it to Fileman's shop and pawned it. He gave her some coppers for it, and she didn't even haggle. Just grabbed them and ran back to the tavern before last orders. I've been going to Fileman's to look at the moon ever since I was a kid. He chased me away, but I just kept going back, so eventually he gave up. He didn't skimp on security. The place was like a fortress, so he wasn't worried about a street rat like me pinching anything. Even when I got more skilled, I couldn't get any closer to it. One day, I had no one to go with. Another day, there were only oafs who'd never stolen anything more than a church donation box. But when Charisme had planned everything out, I realized I had a chance to get the moon and move away from here. Maybe to Garen. I hear it's warmer there. I've stayed with the family for too long. Family, friends. You know, some people don't believe in gods, so gods don't exist for them. And I don't believe in family. All that heartwarming talk about sticking together. Ugh. People like to say those things, but when push comes to shove, Sister Charisme used to say that us tieflings were one family, and you see how that turned out. And did you hear that excuse for an apology? I did the right thing, and I was right to want to run when I just planned on stealing the Moon of the Abyss. Everything turned out as it should. Whatever you think, I owe you. I'm not just a thief, I have my own business selling things. Thanks to you, I'm still in the family, and we have the black market sewn up in this city. It's a good way to sell valuables. So, if you need anything, a scroll or something, just say the word. I have a little portal to our people in Nerosian. You put a note there, and you get what you need. I can't get you anything big, but what they do have is all high quality. Nothing's too good for you, Chief. What's mine is yours. For a price, of course.
So that's it. So what can you get me with your Thiefling connections? Okay. Oh, he can get map TV. Look at all these stuff. He has a weapons. What's that? +1 combat armor class. That's talk, yes, if I had that. A gnome hooked hammer. I don't have anybody that could use these things. That's all silly. Okay, I have anybody that can use that. Armor, I don't think he can afford. Alright, no armor. No rings. Consumables. Scroll of Corrosive Touch. He can get me holy water. Well, holy water sounds like a good thing to have when you're fighting demons, right? Wand of Ray of Awakening, Wand of Sleep, Wand of Grease. That might not be a bad thing to have. Grease was always handy when I was running into lots of monsters. And holy water sounds like a good thing. Okay. Maybe we'll just go ahead and get the... Get that here. Does he have anything? Nope, so that's it. Okay, he's got a few odds and bits. We're going to get some holy water from him. Just make him happy. And we can also sell stuff to him, which is good, because if he's with us and we just want to get rid of some weight, we can sell some stuff to him, I think. Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to try that when we're out in the world, see if I can sell him something. Okay, so I basically have a traveling merchant. Wherever I'm at, maybe I can use him. And if I look around, I think that's everybody. I've talked with her, talked with him, talked with her, talked with her. Don't need to talk to my horse. Land this. And Wojo surprised us all. Alright. So we're going to go back towards my room. That's where we were going to... That's where we broke last time. So that's where we'll pick up next time. After I do my level ups, I have to do some research on figuring out how I want to level people up. If I want to change anybody's careers and stuff like that. Alright. And... yeah, that's it. Okay, so I'm Dren608. If you like to see, hit the thumbs up button. Really like to see, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notify bell. You know if I want to upload videos into our scheduled streams. And until we meet again, stay safe and bye-bye.